when I came home for summers in Western Pennsylvania. I often worked for this contractor by the name of Frank Irie. And I was so fortunate that the older guys looked out for me. I'm one of the older guys now. But they looked out for me and they told me stories about things that happened where a bad example was set. Because setting a good example or a bad example is so profoundly impactful in your organization. They told me two different stories that I still remember to this day. One story. Frank Irie was digging a huge trench in Morgantown, West Virginia on a large project. There was a break taken and this group of 5 or 10 men came out of the trench. They were taking their lunch and this young man recognized that he left a tool in the trench. Trench wasn't dug properly. It wasn't protected properly. He jumped in to get this tool, and you know what? He never came back alive. He never came out of that trench alive. And I said to myself, how many other times was that poor example set where people were jumping in and out of a trench that wasn't properly protected? How many other times did we set a bad example on that job that could have led to other fatalities? This young man was watching other people do the same thing. They told me another story. There was this foundry outside of Pittsburgh called Bucyrus Erie. And during some shutdown work a year or two before I got there, they were lifting a crane cab to put it into place, to lock it into place and to weld it, and they were using homemade clevises. Homemade clevises. There was a young man in that cab and they were cinching it up and he was helping direct them. Those clevises let go. He plunged 30 feet below, nearly broke every bone in his body. His life was changed forever. Are we setting a great example for each other? Each and every day. Because the example we set leaves an indelible impression that can't be easily erased by anything we say. It has to be done.